Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today the Cubs are going to wrap up this 6-game road trip with the final game out of 3 in Colorado. Cubs are looking to bounce back after a tough extra inning loss yesterday and snap a 3-game losing streak. For today's game, the Cubs are going to send Brandon Woodruff to the mound. He is making start number 23 with a 5-8 record. He has a 4.22 ERA and a 1.34 WHIP. The Cubs lineup today will be Horner, Correa, Rizzo, Bryant, Harper, Santana, Amaya, Woodruff, and Kane batting ninth. John Gray will be on the mound for Colorado. He's making start number 22 with a 6-9 record. He has a 3.99 ERA and a 1.31 WHIP. The Rockies lineup will be Daza, Arenado, Dahl, Story, Blackman, Rogers, McMahon, Gomes, and Gray batting ninth. It is 71 degrees here at a mile of altitude above sea level, and the wind is blowing in from left at 9 mph. We will see if that makes any difference at all in the outward velocity of the baseballs today, as John Gray takes the mound, facing off against Nico Horner here in the top of the first inning. Horner stepping up, leading off for the Cubs. Gray on the mound, looking to pull closer to 500 in his personal one-loss record. Gray looking in, and here comes the pitch. And that is low. It is ball one. And we need to switch this back. Here we go. One pitch mode. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. And Horner lines that one into down the right field line. That's going all the way to the wall. Horner rolling around first, heading for second base. He will have a leadoff double to lead off the top of the first inning. And now, with the go-ahead run in scoring position, Carlos Correa comes up. Runner on second, nobody out. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Correa. And he swings and misses for strike 3. That was a big curveball there from John Gray. First strikeout of the game, and brings up Anthony Rizzo. With 1 out and 1 man on, Rizzo facing Gray. 2 balls is the count. Here comes the pitch to Rizzo. And he pops it up. Right center field. Coming over is the right fielder. He makes the play, and that is out number 2. And now Chris Bryant batting with 2 outs, and the runner still on second. Gray facing Bryant. Here comes the pitch. And Bryant puts it on the ground toward short. The throw goes over to first, and the inning is over. So the Cubs squander the leadoff double. We go to the bottom of the first of a scoreless ball game. Daza leading off against Woodruff here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 strikes is the count. Brandon Woodruff looking for the sign and delivering the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. He fooled him with a changeup right there, the first out of the game for Woodruff. And now Arenado is the batter with 1 out, nobody on. 2-1 is the count to Nolan Arenado. And there's a grounder toward third. Bryant picks it up. He throws over to first. That is out number 2. Dahl now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch to David Dahl. And he grounds it toward short. Charging is Correa. Picks it up, but there's no throw as Dahl, speeding down the line, beats it out for an infield single. Trevor Story now batting with a runner on first and 2 outs. Dahl, a threat to steal, will be working to keep him close. We're going to pitch out on the first pitch and see what happens here. See if Dahl is looking to run. Here it comes. We pitch out, and the runner is not going. All right, so pitch to the batter now. See what happens. There's a foul ball. 1-1 is the count. Throw over to first. Try to keep him close. Dives back head first. Here's another pitch. That is high for ball 2. So a 2-1 count now. And here's the next pitch, and another foul ball, evening the count up at 2-2. So now Woodruff looking to punch him out and end the inning. Here comes the pitch to Story. And it's high. He tried to get him to chase a high changeup. That's a little bit of an odd strategy. So a full count now. Throwing over to first. Pickoff throw. He is safe. Pitching to the runner. Here it comes. And another foul ball. And we're going to switch this over and see what the conclusion of this at-bat's going to be. Outside for ball 4. So Woodruff loses him. There's now first and second with 2 outs, and Blackman is the next batter. Charlie Blackman with a 2-strike count steps up, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Woodruff gets out of the inning. We go to the top of the second with a scoreless ball game. Bryce Harper leading off against John Gray here in the top of the second inning. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch to Harper, and he swings and misses for strike 3. So that's the first out of the inning. So now Danny Santana stepping up to the plate with 1 out and nobody on. Gray working with a full count to Santana. Here comes the pitch. And there's a grounder toward first. Picked up and stepping on the base. That will be out number 2. Miguel Amaya now the batter with 2 outs, nobody on. Gray working with the first pitch to Miguel Amaya. Here it comes. And a liner past the shortstop into left field. There's a 2-out single for Miguel Amaya. He stops at first after a big turn. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Brandon Woodruff, with 2 outs and the runner on first. Gray working with the first pitch to Woodruff, and he pops it up to center field. This will be routine. Center fielder bringing a few steps in, and he adjusts and makes the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. They do not score. We're going to the bottom of the second of a 0-0 ball game. Woodruff facing Brendan Rogers here in the bottom of the second. 2-2 is the count. Woodruff looking for the sign and delivering. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That is punch out number 3 for Brandon Woodruff. And it brings up McMahon. With 1 out, nobody on. 1 ball is the count. Here comes the pitch. Grounder towards short. Correa bobbles it, and he cannot recover. So the runner's going to be safe at first on an error. And now Gomes is the batter. With a runner on first and 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Woodruff needs a double play to get out of this inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Popped up to right. Coming in is Harper. He looks up and he makes the grab, and Harper drops it. Back-to-back errors. And now the Rockies have first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. And now the pitcher Gray comes up. So this is very likely a sacrifice situation. The Cubs defense has not been particularly effective in this half inning. Here comes the pitch to Gray. He lays down the bunt right back at the pitcher. They throw to third to get the lead runner. However, that is going to be it. So Gray bunts it too hard. It goes right back at the pitcher. The play goes to third, and now there's 2 outs with first and second on base, and Dawes is the next batter. Bottom of the second inning. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And Daza pops it up. Straight away center field. Coming over is Kane, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So, the Rockies strand 2. We go to the top of the third of a still scoreless ball game. And Lorenzo Kane now getting to lead off in the top of the third inning. He's leading off against Gray. With a 1-2 count, here comes the pitch, and Kane grounds it up the middle. The shortstop has it, throwing over to first. That is out number 1. Nico Horner now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Gray working with a 1-ball count. Here comes the pitch to Horner, and a grounder toward third. Third baseman has it. He throws to first for out number 2. Carlos Correa now the batter with 2 outs, nobody on. Correa facing Gray with a 1-2 count. And there's strike 3 looking to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the third of a still scoreless ball game here in Colorado. Woodruff facing Arenado to lead off the bottom of the third inning for the Rockies. 1-1 is the count. And the pitch to Arenado. And it's a liner past the shortstop into left field. That'll be a base hit. Leadoff single for Nolan Arenado gets the Rockies going here in the bottom of the third. And now David Dahl is the batter. Woodruff working. With a 1-2 count, here comes the pitch. Grounded toward third. Bryant has it. He throws to second. The relay to first, and that is a 5-4-3 double play. So that time, the Cubs defense executes perfectly, turning the double play and brings up Trevor Story with 2 outs and nobody on. Woodruff facing Story with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Grounded past the third baseman down the left field line, and that is going to get by Santana and allow a double with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. So that double play was huge, as it just definitely saved a run. We now see Charlie Blackmon coming up with 2 outs and the runner on second. Bottom of the third inning, Woodruff working. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the inning is over. The Rockies strand another runner. We go now to the top of the 4th of a 0-0 ball game. Anthony Rizzo leading off against Gray in the top of the 4th inning. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. Rizzo popping it up on the infield. Coming out from behind the plate is the catcher, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Gray now facing Bryant. With 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count to Bryant. And he drives it into center field, going back, and the center fielder making the catch for out number 2. Hit that one hard, but right at the center fielder. So now, with 2 outs, nobody on, Bryce Harper's the batter. 1-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch to Harper. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So he goes down swinging to end the inning. We go down to the bottom of the 4th of a 0-0 ball game. Woodruff facing Rogers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1 is the count. Woodruff delivers, and that's a high fly ball to deep left field. Santana looks up, but it is gone. Straight down the left field line. That is a solo home run, 372 feet to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Rockies jump out to the 1-0 lead. McMahon now the batter with nobody out, nobody on. 1 run already in. Here comes the first pitch to McMahon, and he gets hit. Man, Woodruff needs to control his emotions. That was bad form right there. So, with the runner on first now, Gomes the batter, facing Woodruff in the bottom of the 4th inning. Full count pitch. Here it comes. And the ball goes down to second. Strike 3 is called. However, McMahon is safe stealing second. Now with 1 out and the runner in scoring position, Gray is the next batter. Bottom of the 4th inning. Woodruff working. 1 strike is the count. Here comes the pitch. Liner past the second baseman into right field. Harper has it. He's throwing all the way home. The run comes home, and he is going to be tagged out. Harper with a cannon out there in right field threw out the runner trying to score by probably 25 feet. So, now with 2 outs and the runner on first, Daza is the batter here in the bottom of the 4th inning. McMahon just got a little too anxious running the bases there. And now 1-1 is the count. Woodruff working. Here comes the pitch. And there's a drive to left. Going back is Santana. He will have room for this one, making the catch in front of the warning track to end the inning. So the Rockies score once on the home run. We go to the top of the 5th of a 1-0 ball game. Santana facing Gray to lead off for the Cubs in the top of the 5th inning. 1 ball is the count. Here comes the pitch to Danny Santana, and he grounds it up the middle. Shortstop has it. Throws over to first for out number 1. Amaya now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Gray working with a full count. Here's the pitch to Miguel Amaya. That is low for ball 4. So the Cubs drawing their first walk in today's contest, and it brings up Brandon Woodruff with 1 out and the runner on first. This is going to be a sacrifice situation. We are going to ask Woodruff to lay down the bunt. There it is. Back toward the mound. The pitcher has it. He throws to first, and the sacrifice is successful. So now, Amaya advancing to second gives the Cubs a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, and Lorenzo Cain is the batter here in the top of the 5th inning. Gray facing Cain, and we are going to get a pinch hitter up here. Because even with 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning, this is probably a situation where we need to... Gosh, Cain is such a good defensive outfielder. I hate to pinch hit for him. But we really got to try to drive in this run. I feel like this is probably an important situation. So we're going to pinch hit in this scenario with Mike Tauschman. You know, he's not even really that much of an upgrade over Cain, to be honest. Do I want to burn Soler here? Or am I better off just letting Cain bat for himself? It's the 5th inning. We're going to go ahead and let Cain bat for himself here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 outs and the runner on second. Gray facing Cain. Here comes the pitch. And it's a liner past the first baseman into right field, and Lorenzo Cain gets the base hit. The runner's coming home, and the tying run scores. So Lorenzo Cain with the game-tying single here in the top of the 5th inning. So the game is tied at 1. Lorenzo Cain over at first. Nico Horner now the batter. And now we're going to be looking to get Cain going. Let's see. Gomes, you know, he's a pretty good catcher. Cain, however, is pretty speedy over there at first. So let's swing away at the first pitch and see what we get. That is inside. A fastball for ball or strike one. Oh, they called that on the inside corner. All right, we're going to steal second here now. See what happens. Oh, and they pitched out. Lorenzo Cain alertly heading back to first. So in 1-1 count, try to steal again. And there, oh, and he goes back again. So 2 strikes is the count, 1 and 2. And Gray facing Horner. Here comes the next pitch. And he pops it up on the infield. The second baseman going over. He makes the catch to end the inning. The Cubs, however, do tie the ball game at 1 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. So now, Arenado facing Woodruff in the bottom of the 5th. Here comes the 2-ball count and the pitch to Nolan Arenado. And a grounder toward third. Bryant has it. He throws over to first. That is out number 1. Dahl now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Woodruff working with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch to David Dahl. And a grounder toward third. Bryant has it again. He throws to first, and that is out number 2. Rizzo had to reach a long way for that one, but he reeled it in. And now Trevor Story is the batter with 2 outs, nobody on. Woodruff working. 2 balls is the count. Here is the pitch to Trevor Story. And he lines that one right up the middle for a 2-out single. So Story stopping at first as Cain gets the ball quickly back into the infield, and it brings up Charlie Blackmon with 2 outs and 1 man on, bottom of the 5th inning in a tie ball game. Woodruff working with a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch, and that is low, and the throw goes down to second, and the runner is out. So Miguel Amaya throws out the runner trying to steal second to end the inning. We go now to the top of the 6th of a 1-1 tie. Carlos Correa leading off against Sonny Gray here. John Gray. We're not in Cincinnati. Here in the top of the 6th inning. Correa facing Gray with a full count. Here comes the pitch. And a pop-up on the infield. Coming over is the second baseman. He calls off the first baseman and makes the catch for out number 1. Rizzo now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Gray facing Rizzo with a 1-1 count. Here it comes, and there's a grounder towards second. Picked up and thrown over to first. That's going to be out number 2. Chris Bryant now the batter, and we are going to go ahead and we are going to warm up a reliever. Woodruff is at 81 pitches. He's thrown 5 relatively effective innings. And if he were to get in some trouble in the next half inning, we would really want to have somebody warmed up. Junior Fernandez and Gabe Moya. We're going to get them warming up. So, Gray working to Bryant. Here's the 1-1 count and the pitch. And a grounder out of the infield into right field. That is going to be a single for Chris Bryant. So a 2-out single brings up Bryce Harper. Top of the 6th inning. Harper batting with the go-ahead runner on first. 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Bryce Harper. And he takes strike 3 at the knees to end the inning. So the Cubs do not score. They strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the 6th of a 1-1 tie. Woodruff now on the mound facing Blackmon. He's going to face the lower half of the Rockies order in the lower half of the 6th inning. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. And he is hitting the knee. So that is a hit by pitch on a changeup to lead off the inning. And now Brendan Rodgers is the batter. Excuse me. That is the second batter that Woodruff has hit in today's ballgame. Woodruff now facing Rodgers. 1 strike is the count. And here comes the pitch. And a grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it. Throws over to first. They do not try to get the lead runner, interestingly enough. So that's out number 1 on the fielder's choice. McMahon now the batter with a runner on second, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Woodruff working. Full count. Here it comes. Check swing, that is strike 3. Woodruff rings him up for the second out of the inning. And now Gomes is the batter. With 2 outs and the runner in scoring position, Woodruff working. Here comes the full count pitch. And a check swing, that is strike 3, and the inning is over. So Woodruff works his way out of the jam. We go now to the top of the 7th of a 1-1 tie. And that is definitely going to be Woodruff's last inning of work, as the pitcher spot is due up 3rd here in the top of the 7th inning. So we are going to go ahead and let's see here. We are going to have Junior Fernandez warmed up because he is going to pitch in the bottom of the 7th inning. He's just going to come into a clean inning now. So Gray facing Santana, top of the 7th inning. Gray sitting at 78 pitches. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch to Danny Santana. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Santana heads back to the dugout. That is punch out number 6 on the day for John Gray. Brings up Miguel Amaya with 1 out, nobody on. Amaya facing Woodruff. He is 1 for 1 and scored the Cubs' only run in this ball game. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Miguel Amaya. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. That is the second out of the inning. Strikeout number 7, and it brings up the pitcher's spot, Woodruff. And this is where we are going to go ahead and pinch hit with Soler. Jorge Soler is going to come in and pinch hit for the pitcher's spot, and hopefully, if somebody's going to crank one out of here and tie up this ball game, Soler is about the best option that we have off of the bench. Gray facing Soler with 2 outs, nobody on. Tie ball game in the top of the 7th inning. Gray working with a 2-ball count. Here comes the pitch. And Soler pops it up right field. Not deep enough. The right fielder has it, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go down to the bottom of the 7th as it's time to stretch here in Colorado of a 1-1 tie. Junior Fernandez will be coming into this ball game. He is going to come right into the number 8 spot. And he is going to pitch in the bottom of the 7th inning to the number 9, 1, and 2 spots in the Rockies lineup. Fernandez has thrown 50 in a 3rd innings, walked 24, struck out 66 with a 3.40 ERA. He is going to get to face the pitcher Gray to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning. I'm a little surprised they're not pinch hitting for him in this situation, but apparently they think he's got another inning in the tank. So, here comes the pitch. Grounded toward 3rd. Bryant has it. He throws over to 1st. Plenty of time to get the 1st out of the inning. And now, we're going to see a pinch hitter, Nick Williams, coming off the Rockies bench. He is pinch hitting for the leadoff hitter, Daza, here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Williams has 9 home runs and 18 RBIs in 91 at-bats on the season. Here's the 1-2 count and the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a slider that dove down and in. And Williams could not do anything with it. Nolan Arenado is now the batter with 2 outs, nobody on. Fernandez working in the bottom of the 7th. Here's a 1-strike count and the pitch to Arenado. And a grounder toward 3rd. Bryant boots it. And that is the Cubs' 3rd error of this ball game. So now the go-ahead runner is safe on 1st with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th of a tie ball game. And Dahl, the batter, as Fernandez has to get another out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 strike is the count. Here's the pitch. And Dahl lines it down the left field line. Santana cutting it off. He throws back into the infield. There's now runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fernandez now facing Trevor Story with the go-ahead run in scoring position in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Trevor Story. And a liner into right, chasing is Harper, and he dives and makes the catch to save a run and end the inning. So the Cubs hold the Rockies. We go to the top of the 8th. 2 runners are stranded. It's still a 1-1 tie. And now Lorenzo Cain leading off for the Cubs in the top of the 8th inning. And now we're going to see a pinch hitter. Buster Posey is going to be brought in to pinch hit here in the top of the 8th inning. Posey is going to face John Gray. He has 5 home runs and 37 RBIs with a .270 batting average on the season. Posey facing Gray with a 2-strike count. Here comes the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's the high, hard one, and Posey was way behind it for the first strikeout of the inning. 8 strikeouts in the game now for John Gray, and that brings up Nico Horner with 1 out, nobody on. Horner facing Gray. Here comes the pitch. Lined into right field, there's another base hit. So Horner with his second base hit of the game. Oh, and he tries to go to second, and he's thrown out. Nico Horner, on an overly aggressive base running play, gets thrown out trying to extend a single into a double. So now Carlos Correa comes up with 2 outs and nobody on. And we are going to warm up a reliever. Let's see here. For the next half inning, we're going to warm up Moya to pitch in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gray facing Correa with 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the 8th. Here comes the 1-ball count and the pitch. And there's a grounder back toward the mound. The pitcher has it. He throws over to first, and the inning is over. So the Cubs do not score. We go now to the bottom of the 8th of a 1-1 tie. So Mike Tauschman is going to be brought into this ball game. He is actually going to hit in the number 8 spot and play left field, which will slide Santana over to center. And Moya is going to come in to the number 9 spot and pitch. And we are going to warm up Edwin Diaz in case if Moya cannot retire 3 straight batters in this inning. Moya coming out to the mound. He has a 4-2 record, has thrown 42 2/3 innings, walked 16, struck out 42 with a 4.43 ERA. Moya facing Blackman to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 ball is the count. Moya looking for the sign, and he delivers the pitch. And there's a drive to left, chasing his Tauschman back toward the warning track, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Tauschman with a nice leaping defensive effort out there for the first out of the inning. Rogers now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Moya working. First pitch to Brendan Rogers. Here it comes. And there's a drive to left. Again chasing his Tauschman. This one is going to go 1 hop to the wall. That's been 2 very hard hit balls off of Moya. That'll be a double for Brendan Rogers. And it brings up McMahon. With 1 out and the runner on second, we're going to visit the mound. He's warming up. Moya's only thrown 3 pitches, and 2 of them have been rockets to the outfield. So he's facing McMahon now with 1 out and the runner on second at the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's see if he can get McMahon out. Full count. Here comes the pitch. Driven to right. Going back is Harper. I think he's going to run out of room. That is a home run. So the Rockies take a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. And now the Cubs are going to have a tall order here in the top of the 9th. 371 feet out to right field as Moya just keeps giving up rockets everywhere. And now Diaz is going to be brought in. Diaz is going to face Gomes with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes the 2-strike count from Diaz. He's looking for the sign, and here is the delivery. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's the second out of the inning. And it brings up a pinch hitter, Yuli Gurriel. He has 4 for 14 on the season with 1 RBI. Diaz working with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that'll end the inning, but not before the damage is done. We go to the top of the 9th of a 3-1 Rockies lead. Anthony Rizzo leading off against Jairo Diaz for the Rockies here in the top of the 9th inning. Jairo Diaz has thrown 44 innings, walked 18, struck out 56 with a 3.68 ERA. Diaz working against Rizzo. Here is the first pitch in the top of the 9th inning. Cubs down by 2. Need to get something going here. There's a liner into left field. Rizzo hit it against the shift. and knocked it into left for a leadoff single. So now Chris Bryant comes up with a runner on first, nobody out, top of the ninth inning, and we are going to have a pinch runner. Thairo Estrada is going to come in and pinch run for Anthony Rizzo here in the top of the ninth inning. And in case you're wondering why I would do this, Estrada, I guess he does know how to play the outfield, but only just barely. However, I have to tell you, the chances of grounding into a double play seem extremely high in this situation. I am going to pinch run with Estrada, and what that's going to do, it's going to move Santana over to, or wait, can Estrada play first? No, he can't play first. That's unfortunate. Santana can move over to first. Estrada, well, Tauschman will go over to center. Estrada will play in left in the next half inning. And that's just the way things are going to have to be. So now, with Estrada on first as the pinch runner, Bryant up to the plate, and we're going to be looking for an opportunity to advance the base runner here. Jairo Diaz average at holding runners. Let's see what we can do. Bryant waiting for the first pitch. Oh, and it's a wild pitch, so Estrada gets to go down to second. Goes all the way to the backstop. It looked like it was supposed to be a pitch out. And Diaz just airmailed it all the way to the backstop. So now the runner's in scoring position. 1 ball is the count. Here's the pitch to Bryant. There's a swing and a miss for strike one. So the next pitch is going to be a 1-1 pitch, and that is strike 2 on the outside corner. So Bryant has to protect with 2 strikes here. 1 and 2 is the count. Diaz working. Here it comes. Check swing low. That is makes it a 2-2 count. Diaz now facing Bryant with the runner still in scoring position. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that will be the first out of the inning, and it brings up Bryce Harper. Harper is 0 for 3 today. He might be 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. We'll have to check the box score to be sure. Diaz facing Harper, top of the 9th inning. Here comes the pitch. That is high for ball 1. Diaz now facing Harper with a 1-ball count. Here it comes. That is strike 1. We need to switch this back to 1-pitch mode. Swinging away. Here's a 1-2 count. And there's a drive to right center field. And Bryce Harper has just tied up this ball game. Bryce Harper making this a 3-3 tie in the top of the 9th inning. And now 416 feet out to right center field. Bryce Harper with home run number 16 on the season. Danny Santana is the next batter for the Cubs. With 1 out and nobody on. A newly tied ball game. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Danny Santana. And there's a drive down the left field line. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Santana gunning for extra bases as he rounds second. Rounds first, heading into second with a stand-up double. So now, the Cubs, with the go-ahead run in scoring position, bringing up Miguel Amaya. Top of the 9th inning. We need to warm up another reliever. If we go to extra innings, I mean, Suter would have to pitch. We're also going to have Jimenez on standby in case if we need to do that. So now Diaz facing Amaya with 1 out and the runner on second. Bryce Harper Danny Santana representing the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th inning. And we're going to look for a situation to get him advanced over to second base. Let's see. We're not going to steal on the first pitch. Yeah, that was a fastball at 96. But we are going to steal on the second. Well, you know what? We're just going to swing away. 1 strike count. That's a slider low. All right. For ball 1. So a 1-1 count now. Swinging away again is Miguel Amaya. 2-1 count. All right. That was the fastball down. So now we're going to try to steal third with Santana. See if we can pull it off here in this situation. 2-1 is the count. There's a check swing. The throw goes down to third, and Santana is safe. So a 2-2 count with 1 out, and the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Santana with stolen base number 18 on the season. And now Amaya swinging away against Diaz with a 2-2 count. And there's a drive into left field. The single is going to drive in the go-ahead run. The Cubs have a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 9th inning. So Miguel Amaya with the RBI. That is number 26 for him on the season. It brings up Mike Tauschman with a runner on first, 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. Tauschman facing Diaz with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Popped up to deep center field. Going back, the center fielder making the catch, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So now we're actually going to have Diaz versus Diaz here in the top of the 9th inning. With 2 outs and the runner on first, Diaz is going to be allowed to try to nail down this. I guess it'll be a win for him here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's the 2-2 count, and strike 3 is called in the outside corner, so that will end the inning. The Cubs, however, scored 3 times and take the lead going into the bottom of the 9th. And now, Edwin Diaz on the mound. He threw 10 pitches to get out of the 8th inning. Let's see if he can shut him down here in the 9th. He's going to face Logan Morrison, who's pinch hitting and leading off for the Rockies here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Diaz working. 1-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. And a drive to center field. Deep, and kiss it goodbye. That is a leadoff home run that's going to tie the ball game here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 429 feet, absolutely crushed out to center field. And that was a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Man, Diaz had a 2-strike count and he could not convert. Now Nolan Arenado is the batter. So now Joe Jimenez is ready to come in. I feel like we probably just need to get Diaz out of there. We're going to bring in Jimenez and let him face Arenado. With a tie ball game, bottom of the 9th inning. Nobody out, nobody on. 1 ball is the count. Joe Jimenez looking for the sign and delivering the pitch. And a pop-up to right. Chasing is Harper. He comes over and makes the catch for out number 1. Dahl now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Jimenez working with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. A swing and a miss for strike 3. That's out number 2. And now Trevor Story is the batter with 2 outs, nobody on. Jimenez working. Here comes the pitch. And he hits him. So Story is the 3rd Rocky hit in this ballgame. He heads down to first, and it brings up Charlie Blackmon with 2 outs and the runner on first. Jimenez working with a 2-strike count. Here it comes. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. So the Rockies score to tie the ball game. We go to the top of the 10th of a 4-4 affair. And now we're going to warm up Brent Suter, because if we need to absorb some innings and extras, it's going to be him coming out of the bullpen. Scott Oberg comes out of the Rockies bullpen. He has thrown 38 2/3 innings, walked 25, struck out 39 with a 5.59 ERA. Oberg faces Horner here in the top of the 10th. Horner with a 3-1 count, awaiting the pitch from Oberg. Here's the delivery. That is low for ball 4. So Horner is going to be on first with a walk to lead off the inning. And now Correa is the batter, and we're going to be looking to get this runner over to second. Horner, who has 10 stolen bases on the season, we're going to try to steal second on the first pitch and see what happens here. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball. The throw goes down to second. Horner slides in safely. So he now has 11 stolen bases in 14 attempts on the season. Carlos Correa now facing Oberg with a runner on second and a 1-strike count here in the top of the 10th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and they're going to intentionally walk Correa, put him on first, and face Thairo Estrada. So with first and second, nobody out, Estrada is going to be asked to lay down a sacrifice right here and advance these runners in the top of the 10th inning. Estrada waiting for the pitch. There's the bunt. Over toward the first base side. First baseman is forced to make the play. He throws to the second baseman covering the base, and that will be out number 1. So now, with 1 out, the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. Bryant, Harper, and Santana are the next 3 batters. As I take a deep sigh and a deep breath, and Oberg facing Bryant here in the top of the 10th inning. Here comes the pitch to Chris Bryant. First pitch. Liner over the infielder's head into left field. 1 run is in. Another runner's coming around. 2 runs are going to score. Chris Bryant with a clutch RBI single here in the top of the 10th inning, giving the Cubs a 6-4 lead. A 2-run RBI single, and Chris Bryant now has 17 RBIs on the season. Bryce Harper now the batter. He is 1 for 4 with a home run in today's ballgame. With 1 out and the runner on first, Harper facing Oberg here in the top of the 10th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Harper, and that gets away. Bryant is going to head down to second base on the wild pitch. And now the runner's in scoring position. Harper facing Oberg with a 2-1 count, and they're going to intentionally walk Harper. So, the Cubs now, the recipients of 2 intentional walks in this inning, and it brings up Danny Santana. With 1 out, 2 men on here in the top of the 10th. Oberg working with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3 is called, and that is the 2nd out of the inning. And it brings up Miguel Amaya. With 2 outs and 2 men on in the top of the 10th inning. Cubs up by 2. Oberg working with a 1-ball count. Here comes the pitch, and a drive to deep left center field. That one is going to leave the ballpark. Miguel Amaya with a 3-run home run, and the Cubs have suddenly put up 5 runs here in the top of the 10th inning. A monster shot, 442 feet, out to left center field. The Cubs now lead this game 9-4 in the top of the 10th inning. And Mike Tauschman is the next batter. He's going to face Luis Garcia, the next pitcher out of the Rockies bullpen, who has thrown 22 innings, walked 12, struck out 28 with a 4.09 ERA. Garcia faces Tauschman with 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the 10th inning. Cubs up by 5. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Mike Tauschman. Garcia delivers. And a grounder up the middle. The shortstop has it. He does not throw to first, however, and Tauschman is going to have an infield single here in the top of the 10th inning. And now Joe Jimenez is the batter. And I guess we can pinch hit with Chris Archer in this situation. I mean, Archer, has been relatively good. So we're going to return to the game. We're actually going to pinch hit with Chris Archer for the pitcher's spot in the 10th inning. Archer coming up to the plate to face Garcia with 2 outs and the runner on first in the top of the 10th inning. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. And that gets away. That's another wild pitch as Tauschman advances to second here in the top of the 10th. And Archer now waiting for the 2-1 pitch from Garcia. Here it comes. And there's a liner into right field. That's going to be another base hit. Archer delivering. The throw comes home. That's an RBI single for Chris Archer. He makes this a 10-4 game here in the top of the 10th. 6 runs have now come across the plate, and Nico Horner is the next batter. 2 outs and the runner on first. Garcia facing Horner with a 3-1 count. Here comes the pitch. High and away for ball 4. Nico Horner draws the walk, his 30th of the season. And now Carlos Correa comes up. With 2 outs and 2 men on, top of the 10th inning. Cubs already with 6 runs in this inning. Garcia facing Correa with a 2-strike count. Here is the pitch. And Correa drives it into the gap in right center field. That's going to keep the inning going. Extra bases for Correa. It's going to drive in 2 runs as Correa has an RBI double. Oh, an RBI triple, excuse me. Carlos Correa with an RBI triple. And the Cubs now have 8 in the top of the 10th inning. A 12-4 lead. And this stadium is nearly empty. as the fans have just started filing out with this rally. The Cubs have put up 8 runs here in the top of the 10th. Estrada now the batter. He's facing Garcia. He laid down a sacrifice bunt that was critical to the Cubs' success early in this inning. Garcia facing Estrada with a full count. Here comes the pitch. And a swing and a miss to end the inning. So the Cubs score 8 times. They strand a runner on third. We go to the bottom of the 10th of a 12-4 ball game. And now Brent Suter is going to be brought in to pitch and protect the 8-run lead in the bottom of the 10th inning. Suter taking the mound with a 5-4 record. He has thrown 92 innings, walked 14, struck out 76 with a 3.52 ERA. Suter faces Brendan Rodgers here in the bottom of the 10th. 1-2 is the count. Suter looking for the sign and delivering. And there's strike 3 called for the first out of the inning. Suter now facing McMahon with 1 out, nobody on. 1-1 is the count. Suter delivers the pitch. And there's a drive into the gap in right center field. That one is going to leave the ballpark as the Rockies have now made this a 12-5 ball game. Suter giving up the long ball 405 feet off the bat of Ryan McMahon. And the Rockies have chipped into the Cubs' lead. Next batter is the catcher, Yan Gomes. With 1 out, nobody on. Suter delivering the pitch to Gomes. And there's a grounder past the third baseman down the left field line. That is going to be a single for Yan Gomes. Oh, a double, excuse me. Aggressive base running. He made it all the way to second on that ball down the left field line. So now, with a runner on second and 1 out, Suter faces Nunez. Bottom of the 10th inning, Cubs up by 7. Here's a 2-strike count, Suter with the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's the second out of the inning with the changeup from Suter, and it brings up Logan Morrison. 2 outs, runner on second. Suter working with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch, and that's a liner into left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Cutting it off is Estrada. He gets a strong throw back into the infield. And that is the second the second base hit of the inning. So now with 2 outs, runners on the corners, Nolan Arenado comes up in the bottom of the 10th. Suter working with a 1-strike count. Here is the pitch to Arenado. And a drive to center field. Going back is Tauschman. He is going back toward the warning track, and he is going to make the catch to end the game. So the Cubs managed to avoid the sweep, taking a 12-5 decision from the Rockies here in Colorado. The Cubs getting 12 runs on 14 hits and committing 3 errors. The Rockies 5 runs on 13 hits with no errors. So the player of today's game is the Cubs' Miguel Amaya. And he managed to go 3 for 4, driving in 4 runs, drawing a walk, and scoring twice. For the Cubs, Joe Jimenez gets the win out of the bullpen, throwing an inning of scoreless relief in the 9th, after Diaz had actually blown the save. John Gray went 8 very strong innings for the Rockies, 5 hits of 1-run baseball and 8 strikeouts. However, the Rockies' bullpen was just not up to the task today, allowing 11 runs to score in the final 2 innings of this ballgame. Brandon Woodruff for the Cubs also looked very sharp. 6 innings of 6-hit, 1-run baseball with 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. So, the Cubs managed to reverse their losing streak, improving to 70-41 today as the Rockies dropped to 57-52. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.